Students, today we are going to discuss about a small topic on transfer of heat. So you are going to observe how the heat transfers from one object to another. So what is that one object to another, in which format you are going to learn. So here, as we already know, heat is a form of energy. So heat can flow from one part of the body to other part of the same body. Let's see how this process involved. So the process of carrying heat from one part of an object to its other part, or from one object to some other object, that is called as a transfer of heat. Let us see. So for example, the when we are cooking on the stove, we are going to place the vessel, and so that the heat transfers from the stove to the vessel. After that, when we are about to mix what is the food present in it, and we leave the spatula in the same vessel, after few seconds you can observe you can't hold the spatula because the heat transfers from the heat to the spatula. So this is how one of the main thing, like how the heat transfers. And moreover, when you are standing beside that television or a radio after a long time, after the television is on for a long time and all, your skin can sense it, releases the heat, and your skin can senses the heat if you go closer to that hot object, because as it is electricity, if you stand nearby near a 1 inch of the television or any electrical devices, so you can feel that the heat is transferring, where you can feel that the heat, it is not transfer the heat, just you can feel that the heat, and slowly after some times it comes to the normal. So here we are talking about more over this heat transfers. So here I have mentioned that hot body to cold. So heat can flow from a body at a high temperature to another body at a low temperature. So here I want to talk about the conduction, where this happens in solids, where heat is transferred by conduction. Let us see how. So, a transfer of heat from the hot part of the material to its colder part is called a conduction, as I already discussed you, and I gave you the example of the cooking utensils vessel. So, in this only you will come to know about what is the conductors and insulators. Let us know the difference between the conductors and insulators. So, the transfer of heat by the process of conduction taking place only in solids is nothing but this process, where let us see the two types. So good conductors and poor conductors we have. So what are the good conductors? So the heat passed through them easily are known as good conductors, whereas do not allow heat pass through them easily are known as poor conductors, and the poor conductors is also known as insulators, or you can say sometimes bad conductors also. So you can say the poor conductors as bad conductors or insulators. Don't get confused between all these three words. So let us see the examples of this good conductors. So all metals and alloys in the sense, children, the mixture of two different metals is nothing but alloys. Don't get this thing. For example, when the any materials were prepared, the mixture of two mixture of two metals, like things like copper and gold, they're mixing that, so that is nothing but an alloy. So are good conductors. For example, silver, copper and aluminum are best conductors of heat. I just gave an example of the alloy, the mixture of two metals like that. So the poor conductors, the examples are plastic, wood, paper, glass, cork, water, air are insulators. They are bad conductors of heat. They are going to burn it. In glasses also, different types of glasses we used, whereas the fibrous and the normal glasses, where it would be a poor conductors. So the next one and the last is uses of this conductors and insulators. In our daily life, we make use of good conductors and insulators. Let us see how. The cooking utensils, as I already told you, are made of metals or metal alloys. And as they are good conductors and quickly transfer heat from gas stove to the food kept inside the utensils. Also, these cooking utensils have handles and that are made of insulators such as plastic or wood. These do not allow the transfer of heat from the hot cooking utensils to our hand, thus saving us from burning injuries. The next one is the mercury, where mercury is used in thermometers because it is good conductor of heat. And the next one is the woolen clothes keeps us warm during the cold winter days. Wool, being a poor conductor of heat, prevents the flow of heat from our warm body to the cooler surroundings. Moreover, they trap air in woolen clothes and act as a good insulators and keeps heat transfer and keeps us warm. And even the similarity is there with the woolen blankets as warm on the cold winters at night, because as at night the temperatures were changed and it feels very cold. So during that time we are about to cover our body with the blankets or woolen clothes like that to keep ourselves warm. So this is about the few things of this conductors. Thank you.